Welcome to my healthy food place, where we share ideas and recipes on how you can stay healthy naturally. So you're welcome to my healthy food place, where we share ideas and recipes on how you can stay healthy naturally. So today we want to talk about when you cannot fall asleep. Sleep is so important to our wellness. That is the more reason why it is necessary I talk about it. I've also gone through the different types of sleep problems, not insomnia, but sleep problems, because there is the inability to fall asleep. There is another kind where you slept and at a certain hour of the night, maybe after 2 or 3 hours, you wake up. After waking up, you are not able to sleep again. And then there's another type of sleep problems that when you slept throughout the night, in the morning, you are not refreshed. You are tired, you are weak. You feel as if you have not slept. But a quality sleep should make us feel refreshed, should feel happy, the brain will be calm, and then makes us more productive. But when we have a poor sleep, we tend to be tired. We look unhappy, we feel unhappy most of the time. Then our immune system is low too. Even our appetite is not at its best as a result of inability to sleep, or not having a quality sleep, not having a quality sleep. And so I have gone through it. And so in this very hour, I want to share some of the most common causes and the remedies most times that have worked for me. So when you cannot fall asleep after the day's activities, the first thing is to ask yourself, what is the cause? What is responsible? Don't be worried, because when you are worried, then it has more grip on you. Just put it that you are in charge, you are in control, that it is something that can be remedied. And so if you, after the day's work or activity, you retire and you are not able to sleep, first of all, what is your age? It's important. If you're a woman, because there are those people that are at risk of experiencing sleep problems. You will remember that several years ago, as growing children, many of us never had problem with anything called sleep. But as we grew up, began to take up responsibilities, our body changes began to take place, then issues like insomnia, sleep problems begins to show up. And so there is one aspect I also need to share my view on it. It's a popular view, but I don't share it. And that is the view that once you say you are not able to sleep, people say you are thinking. But in my own opinion, it's actually when it's the other way around. It's actually when you don't sleep that the thinking comes up. The thinking or whatever takes over. It's not the other way. It's not the thinking that brought about not sleeping. Instead, rather, in my opinion, it's the not sleeping that brought in the thinking. Because if you have experienced insomnia before, let me not use the word insomnia because the word insomnia is actually used to express long-term sleep problems when it's long-standing, not that you passed the night without having your usual sleep, and then that's not insomnia. But when it continues, it's repeatedly occurring, then we can tag it as insomnia, but not one night or 2 nights. So let me also use the word cautiously. So when you are not able to have your normal night sleep as expected, the first thing is to ask yourself, what is the cause? I'm going to be mentioning most of the likely causes of sleep problems and those that are at risk. The people that are at risk are mostly menopausal women, those who are sick, ailing health can cause it, and then those who are in an environment that it is caused by external factors that makes the sleep difficult. They are the people that are at risk of not having a good night's sleep. Maybe an environment where there is fear of being attacked or several other things. They can make one not to sleep. But besides that, it is a gift which every one of us will enjoy, because it is during the process of sleep that healing takes place. A lot of activities takes place, both the good and the bad. But most especially, the good is what we are looking at, because when we are robbed of sleep, we are robbed of a lot of things, including healthy body, our appetite, beautiful skin, even good memory, and a lot of things suffers as a result. So that's why it's important to pay attention to it. So the most common causes I have noticed and have dealt with some of them, although occasionally it occurs for one reason or the other. Now, when it occurs, when you are not able to sleep, number one is, and most of the common causes is nutritional deficiency, especially calcium and magnesium. It's very common amongst women. These are important minerals that has to do with our bones, our hearts, including the heartbeats also, and has to do with the brain. Minerals like zinc, calcium, magnesium, zinc. They are the 3 important minerals that I have noticed that can affect how relaxing your sleep can be. As a matter of fact, all the other minerals, including iron, when they are not available, it can also make you not to fall asleep. So not falling asleep when you get to bed can be caused most time by nutritional deficiency, low calcium, especially amongst women, low magnesium level. And in that case, there are foods that can help. But most of the foods that we were enjoying before, as we get older, they may no longer fit in. And so we begin to talk of foods like almond nuts, which is a good source of calcium and iron, calcium and magnesium, and other nutrients without specifically spiking your blood sugar. Also, sesame seeds is also a good one. And so another factor that can also cause you, when you get to bed, not to sleep, to fall asleep, is absence of fat in the diet. Yes, when I talk of fat, I'm talking of healthy fats. And we must take this matter very seriously. When you lie down and your brain does not get those nutrients that must come from the food that you eat, you're not going to sleep. Yes, so it is important to be aware of how we avoid foods. Because of health. Yes, when we are trying to avoid fats, let us endeavor to avoid the bad fats, because these are stressors. But when you are not able to sleep, then take your mind back and consider what you have eaten during the day. What are the fats in the diet? If there are no fats, then you may consider popping in some cashew nuts before going to bed, so that the brain will get some fat to keep you asleep, or to take off, as a matter of fact. Another fat that can help you is fish oil. If you notice that you are beginning to experience inability to fall asleep, then you need to consider a very good, including a very good fish oil to help your brain, because it is in the brain that the sleep preparation takes place. So you consider including a very good fish oil or a fatty fish. There are fatty fish, but they are not easily found around. So using a good fish oil as a supplementation can also help. But I do not suggest you take it daily, because the fish oil is a fat soluble vitamin. And so it's not suggested that you take it frequently or every day, as some may suggest. It can easily become toxic too, and can create other immune suppressing signs or symptoms. Another thing that contributes also is lack of exercise. The older we get, the more we should engage in moderate exercise. So when we do not exercise and we are already of age, we are aging, when you get to bed, sometimes you may not sleep, despite you've taken the healthy foods, you've not eaten the right foods, but because you did not activate the internal organs during the day for some of these nutrients to be able to go into the bones, into the marrows, into the bloodstream. So you may not still sleep because you haven't exercised during the day. And I tell you, I do not suggest also that you just jump up at night and begin to do your gym. No, it's going to cause you another type of sleep problem if you do that. The best time to do it is in the morning or in the afternoon, not at night when the body is set to sleep. And so that can also, another cause is poor blood circulation. This particularly affects women. So most times when we are not, we don't have good circulation, especially around our feet. it contributes to not being able to fall asleep. Some people also have testified that, massaging your feet is a great way to take care of this particular kind of sleep problem. Massaging with olive oil or even any other oil, like any other good massage oil, like cold pressed coconut oil, with other a mixture of other essential oils. You can try it with some of the essential oils, even mint oil, mustard oil, turmeric oil. There are several oils that you can blend and massage in order to improve blood circulation around your feet. And if it's during the cold, you need also to have it properly covered. That is one of the factors also that can contribute to. Another thing that can make you not to fall asleep as soon as you get to bed is not having a nap. These are things I've experienced over the years. If you are working and you're getting to a certain age and you do not take a nap during the afternoon and you work all through, when you get to bed, the body would need to rest. And so during that period of rest, you may start getting worried that you're not sleeping. And getting worried will now increase the problem, because as soon as you begin to wonder or to think that, why am I not sleeping? Why are others sleeping? Why am I awake? You have made it a problem, and that problem remains. You won't be able, as long as you're worried about it. So, but if you think you know the cause, you have been educated about it, you can be calm. Even if you're not sleeping, you can remain calm, believing that you're in control, that you fix it. And so, as a matter of fact, that's what I do. There are occasions when I don't sleep, and if I think I know the cause, I remain calm, because I know definitely that it's going to be fixed within a day or two. Another cause is too much caffeine in the diet. When we engage in too many caffeines in the diet, caffeinated tea, black teas, green teas, like even other sources of caffeine, like chewing of too much bitter cola, or any other source that is known to you that it's a source of caffeine. When you engage in it too frequently, regularly, it's going to cause you to lie down and you're not able to take off to sleep because of too many caffeine in the diet. And so in that case, what do? You begin to watch out the things in your meals where the caffeine came from, and then you eliminate them, and the problem will get solved. Another thing that can also cause you to lie down and not to sleep is too much spicy food. These are stressors. And at times, we are not even aware that these stressors are stressing us. And so when you eat hot soup, hot peppers, too much, and other stressors, when you lie down to sleep, your body will be so light inside of it. You're feeling so light, and you are wondering why you are not able to take off to sleep. It's because of the stressors in your diet, especially women. It affects women more. And so we ought to reduce the stressor foods in our diet. Of course, we know that caffeine is one of them, but peppers is one that many of us are not aware of. That when you put too much spices, other healthy spices, you put them too much in your meal, it's going to make your body too light, and that you may not be able to fall asleep when you lie down. And so when you hear of health benefit of this spice, and you have all of them at your disposal, you don't have to try to use all of them at once, because that is the result you are likely to get. You may likely start having problems falling asleep when you get to your bed. Then another aspect is taking lots of water when you're about to go to bed. I've experienced it too. So when you do that, you have to urinate almost 80% of it before you take off to sleep. If you do not, you won't sleep. You urinate first one, you urinate second one, and it's after these urinations that your liver, your kidney, your heart, everyone will be set for you to take off to sleep. And then another thing I have also noticed, these are things I've experienced, all of this, is too much inflammations when you lie down. That is why the way I manage this is to keep some garlic around the bedroom, around the bed. There are times that there are too much inflammations. Many of us don't know about it, including myself. But when you are about to sleep and that trigger like cough comes up the first time, it comes again the second time, it may be a sign of inflammation, inflammatory response. And so when it happens, sometimes even what we ate during the day may contribute to too many fats in the diet. And so when we get to sleep, the heart feels like it's weak. And so it's not going to be easy for us to sleep. And that is why I often say that garlic is our heart's best friend. I have actually, on many occasions, used garlic to rescue this type of situations when you go to lie down and you are not able to sleep. Garlic seems to have most of the nutrients, even calcium, and some of the bacteria fighting abilities to help reduce the activities of bacteria that tend to make the situation worse for us. And so when you experiencing that trigger to cough, when you're experiencing that trigger from your heart as if it's not settling, what I normally do is to use a clove of garlic, and it works for me anyway. And why I do, oftentimes I do it in case it's even cholesterol. Those of us who say they have cholesterol, you think it's cholesterol, maybe you have consumed more meat, more than you should, or more eggs, more than you should, or you have even taken something in excess. Most times I have noticed that garlic is always handy, even if it was bacteria that was causing the problem. There are also times when we lie down to sleep and then we are not able to fall asleep because of lack of glucose. There is a kind of glucose that we need also that comes from the food. There were some time ago when I was actually trying to lose weight, all the efforts to lose weight. So most times I said, no, I won't eat anything at night. And those years, it was causing insomnia. I never knew it. And that's where complete amino acids comes in when we are talking of completeness in our food, because most of these nutrients must come from the food that we eat. So when we don't get it, the sleep problems also occur. When we lie down, we're not able to sleep. Then another one that also I've observed lately is constipation also. Yes, it may not have a scientific aspect, but I noticed that when there is chronic constipation. I don't sleep. I don't sleep because there is toxic overload. It also affects older people more. So you will notice that if you have not been able to excrete the waste for a day or two, if you don't do anything about it, it's going to affect your sleep. And most times you will also observe that the moment you're able to pull out those waste in large number, everywhere becomes calm. And then even the sleep is so easy. When you lie down, you sleep off immediately. That is one aspect that I noticed recently, that once you couldn't go to use the toilet for a day or two and you've been eating, it's best to do something very fast about it, because it won't be long. It start affecting your brain. That's what we mean when we talk about the gut and the brain relationship. They must have to communicate before we take off to sleep. And so when that is not done, because of the blockade of too many toxins that are around, sleep also becomes a problem. And as soon as you take them out, you see how easy it will be for you to also take off to sleep. Another aspect also, when you lie down to sleep, apart from the positioning of your bed, if it's too low and your pillow is too high, it will also affect you. You may not also sleep until you put your body in the right position. And so when you are not able to sleep, first of all, ensure that your bed, your pillow are in the proper position, and then the clothing you are wearing also. Very little things that doesn't seem to matter actually affects how soon or how quickly we fall asleep. Yes. So when we are talking about falling asleep, not being able to sleep, it can be very, very worrisome, especially when you have had a good day's job and then you are expecting that you should go back and then have a good night's sleep. But if you had a late meal, it's another main reason why people go to bed and they are not able to sleep. You'll be wondering, because of the overload of food, carbohydrates, oils, fats, and all kinds of stuff that we have stuffed our body with at the time that the body is already tired to undertake the work of digestion. So when we eat late meals, you will discover that when you get to bed, lying down, you will not take off to sleep. Another thing that also makes us, when you lie down, you are not able to sleep, is when you have had your dinner too early. I've gone through all of this. That's why I'm also telling you that it will affect you if you had your meal too early. By the time you are about to sleep, if it's after 5 hours, for instance, you need to take another fluid, or else you're not going to sleep easily. You may not sleep easily. Although it varies with individuals. Some people may sleep maybe for 1 or 2 hours, and then the food is exhausted. They can't continue. I'll talk about that on a later date when we when you have slept and then woken up, and continuation becomes a problem. And the third aspect is when you have slept, you thought you were sleeping actually, but on waking up in the morning, only to discover that you haven't slept, you were just lying down, and then you woke up more tired, even feeling sick and unhappy. That's the third one, which I will also like to talk about. But today, it's just when you go to bed and you are not able to sleep. Another factor that also contributes to it is gas. Gas. If you have consumed food that contains too much gas during the day, like beans, and you seem to have consumed it towards the evening, the night time, it's definitely not going to be a good night's sleep for you, because it will be producing gas and requesting for more water, and you need to be taking water almost till half of the night. That means you're not going to sleep easily, because the stomach gas will keep shooting out gas, which will be disturbing you, and not only you, those around you too. And so, if that be the case, what do you do? And sometimes I use essential oils, like mint oil. There are some oils that can expel gas by merely inhaling them, at least to help out. In addition to taking water, there are some also, so if it's too severe also, you can take some teas like fennel tea, that is good in removing gas. Mint tea, oregano tea also is good. So you can take them, they will help to eliminate some of the gas that is causing the problem. So I will be sharing more of these tips. And remember also that poor hydration is also a factor. If you have not taken enough water during the day, when you lie down, you are obviously not going to sleep immediately. So if that be the case, you have to satisfy that aspect before you take off to sleep. Because everything must have to be at a balance before the sleep takes off. If you do not have certain things in your diet, definitely it's not going to be easy for you to fall asleep. And so that's where we'll be ending it for now. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more.